Moin, I'm Catherine and today I'm in bed with my favorite books of the month of July. All in all, I've read and listened to 18 books in July, which is a lot, but there were like 4 did not finish in there. And I'm actually getting better at not finishing books because I used to read like till the most boring end. But nowadays I try to stick to the 50 to 100 pages rule, or if it's an audiobook about 1 hour, and if I'm not into the story, I try to let it go. I'm more likely to give a novel the benefit of the doubt if I really liked another novel by the same author. So I was like super disappointed by Fellside by Emma Carey because I loved The Girl with All the Gifts and I didn't like Fellside at all. I did finish it, but I think I really shouldn't have because the ending also felt totally unsatisfying and illogical to me. So I usually only talk about my 4 or 5-star reads, but this month I also want to talk about a few 3-star reads because I still want to plug these books for various reasons. The first of these 3-star novels is A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, because I totally get why everyone loves it, and I love the politics, I love the sexual politics in the novel. It just didn't get me to care that much. I really don't know why I didn't get into the characters, maybe because of my mood or because I listened to it as an audiobook. But I'm still super excited about the next part, although it felt a little bit too long for me. The next one is Lovecraft Country by Ruff, and I have to admit that I haven't read any H.P. Lovecraft in my life, and as I'm not into horror stories, I probably will never read one. So I guess if I had gotten all the references, this could have been a 4 or 5-star read. As such, I didn't get that much into the story or into the characters, but again, I love the politics, because if I got that right, Lovecraft was known for writing quite racist novels, and Ruff takes that on like a meta-level discussion if one is a black person should read authors that are racist, and I love that idea. Still a recommendation, especially if you're familiar with H.P. Lovecraft's work. And the third one is Britt-Marie Was Here by Fredrik Backman, which was a 3-star read because there was like one thing too many that got a bit on my nerves, and Backman tries to make this Britt-Marie character, I think, a tiny bit too quirky. But I love the idea about a novel about an elderly woman, so it's still a recommendation, although I only gave it 3 stars. And now to the books that I really liked in July. The first one is If You Could Be Mine by Sara Farizan, which is a love story between 2 girls in Iran, which isn't the best place to be homosexual, and that's basically what the whole novel is about. I didn't quite get why the main character is in love with this other girl, because she's so not likable in the story, and there was another character I didn't get. But Farizan also tries to get in some transgender problematics, and I love that about the book. So all in all, totally a recommendation. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The next one is The Gap of Time by Jeanette Winterson. This is the German edition, which is a retelling of Shakespeare's A Winter's Tale. And I loved how she made it her own. I loved how she made it queer. I think at first I was by like 3 stars, and then I looked A Winter's Tale up again on Wikipedia, and then I thought like, wow, that's so clever what she did. And I also love that I was totally free of the thought nobody would act like this in real life, because I often have that problem in novels that I think, no way, don't ship me. And yeah, as it's a retelling and the plot was already set, I was totally free of that thought, and in the end gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Then there's Uprooted by Naomi Novik, and I loved it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and that's all you need to know. And then I listened to Etiquette and Espionage by Gail Carriger, which was so much fun. It's about a young girl who gets recruited for an espionage school, and I loved how feministic it was, although it plays in a time where women have almost nothing to say. And I also loved the second part. I gave both 4 out of 5 stars, but by now I have listened to the third and fourth part, which is the last part, and didn't like the third part that much. Absolutely did not like the fourth part. So I would recommend to stick to the first, maybe the second part, and then better just stop. I also read 2 Chicklet novels because they were sent to me, and I already said this in my wrap-up where I talk about the Sophie Kinsella novels. Chicklet is not my genre, and really now and once and for all, Chicklet is not my genre. I have to stay away from it, and I wonder, is there like a guideline how to write Chicklet novels? Because in both of those novels were women between 2 men, they have 2 children, they have reliable mothers-in-law, they have a love interest, the mothers-in-law, and there's like one platitude after another platitude, and it just hurts my brain. I have to stay away from it. No Chicklet for me. That's it for another wrap-up video. I would love to hear your thoughts about Chicklet. Am I like totally wrong? Leave a comment, let me know, and don't forget, support your local book dealer.